Hey everybody, my name's Ed. Another new comic book haul. Please, I apologize for my voice. I've got to feel a little bit under the weather today. Um, I meant to get some cough medicine, but I totally forgot. But I got some chicken soup up in there. I got some tomato soup. I have some alcohol, so it's all good. So I haven't done a video in a couple of weeks, so I'll show you some of the comics I got in the last couple over the last couple of weeks, and then I'll show you stuff I got today. Haven't read everything yet, but we'll just jump into it here. Okay, so I'll show you the older ones I got. Empress number six, Mark Millar and Stuart Immonen. I'm still enjoying the comic book. I still think it's basically Stuart Immonen's art that really carries it, but okay. Uh, Alters number one by Paul Jenkins, and the art is by Leila Liaz. I just picked it up. I didn't know anything about this comic book. I just sort of like picked it up because of the cover, and then I started flipping through, and I thought it was kind of interesting. I guess the whole idea is the hero is a trans hero, so it'll be interesting to see how they handle the subject matter here. Uh, Red One number three by Terry Rachel Dodson and Xavier Dorson. This comic book is kind of late. I think the last issue came out about a year ago, and this issue was supposed to be out in the springtime. Um, I think I mentioned before in the video, I actually really like the premise. The premise is it's 1977, and this character here is kind of a Soviet soldier or super soldier, and they send her to America to be a superhero. Meanwhile, there's this whole thing where there's this kind of over the top religious lady who's trying to ban both pornography and communists. And then on top of that, there's a vigilante who's out there killing people who he feels are like unfit. So it's kind of a crazy sort of premise with a little bit of kind of TNA and whatnot. The only thing about this is the translations really aren't that good. Um, I don't know if the guy is. I think the guy is French, and I'm not sure if he's writing it in English and his English isn't good, or he's writing it in his language, and who's ever doing the translations aren't doing a super great job. But there are times when I have to read things twice just to understand what the meaning is. Like I said, it's in English, but it just seems the language is so awkward or whatever. But really, really nice art from Terry and Rachel Dodson. So, speaking of great art in cheesecake, Frank Cho has a new comic called Skyborn, and I guess the idea is it's the three children of Lazarus, and they have super strength and super speed and immortality. And I think it's set in the modern time, but I think they're trying to uh, I'm sorry, I thought my phone was ringing. And they're trying to recover Excalibur. There's like different people chasing after it. We don't really know exactly who everybody is yet. Somebody may or may not be Merlin. So, a kind of interesting setup. Killer Be Killed, Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. I kind of like the idea of this comic where the idea is the hero's kind of a vigilante, but he's not very heroic. And matter of fact, he's kind of a loser. So you're really not too sure if he's really doing the right thing for the right reasons or whatever. In the previous issue, he sees a demon and the demon tells him he has to go kill, but you're not really sure if that demon is real or if it's just something he's made up in his mind. So I kind of like this kind of different approach. Like I think I mentioned in the comment section of either Sleepy Reader or or somebody, or I said I thought it was interesting because you're kind of getting this sort of you're not getting the Punisher type vigilante. You're getting a guy who's a little bit closer to Son of Sam. So all right, we'll see how that ends up. Civil War, or not Civil War, All New, All Different Avengers 14 by Mark Wade, and the artist by Adam Kubert. Or is it? Yeah, it's Adam Kubert. And oh, it's also co-written by Jerry Whitley. And this one, excuse me, this one kind of focuses on the all-new Wasp, who is Hank Pym's long-lost daughter, um, who exists for I don't know, just because I guess Hank Pym has a daughter in the movie, so all of a sudden he's got a daughter in the comics. Getting past that, it's not a bad comic book. Kind of a it's a pretty solid introduction to a newer character. All right. Doom Patrol, number one, Gerald Way, and the artist by Nick Darrington. The cover I got is Jaime Hernandez with inks by Brian Boland. I was really looking forward to this comic. Um, so I was kind of excited when I read it at first. It's a little bit confusing. I'm not put off by it, but there's a lot of random elements. You're not really sure how everything kind of fits together yet. So, but yeah, I'm aboard for the next few issues at the very least. Wonder Woman number six. So the even numbered issues of Wonder Woman are basically the origin story. It's basically Wonder Woman Year One. It's by Greg Rucka and the artist by Nicola Scott. Uh, I actually enjoy it a lot more than I thought I was. I actually like it better than the modern story or the story that's appearing in the odd issues. And like I said, yeah, I enjoyed more than I thought it was. Seeing it's actually yet another retelling of an origin story that most people know. You know, even if you're just a casual fan, you have some idea of the origin of Wonder Woman. But this is kind of a little different take. We're getting to see kind of a more vulnerable Wonder Woman and a kind of more interesting take on the whole Steve Trevor Wonder Woman relationship, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like I said, it's I'll say it's probably better than Grant Morrison's Year One story. So you know that's my opinion. Black Panther number six. I think I talked about this comic book last time I did a video. Really interested in a lot of the themes and the subtext, the whole thing with the human trafficking, and then Black Panther at the same time is dealing with a revolution in this country, and then at the same time, his sister's spirit is like stuck in limbo somewhere. So he's got all these things he's got to deal with. So I like that stuff, and I like the art. I think the only thing that bothers me is I don't really think that Nakashi Coates has a solid grasp of Black Panther's personality. So it feels like you're almost wearing it reading um, about a different character than a guy who's showing up in these other Black Panther comic books. So okay, Superwoman number two by Phil Jimenez and Santorelli. Okay. Uh, this is really interesting because it seems like there's two superwomen. So one superwoman is Lois Lane, who seems to have maybe been killed already, and the other superwoman is Lana Lang, is Lana Lang. And you also have lots of guest appearances by Lex Luthor and his Superman battle suit. Steel makes a guest appearance, and there's women in here who seem to be bizarros or something who can also shapeshift. Um, yeah, I like it. It's a pretty dense comic book. You have to kind of like settle in and read it because so much is going on. But I really like it because I really have no idea where the story's gonna go, so it kind of keeps me on my toes. I want to read it just to see, you know, what other crazy thing is gonna happen. So yeah, uh, Astro City number 38, written by Kurt Busiek, and the art again is by Brent Anderson. I like this issue again. It's the another um, it's the follow up to last issue where we have another character who seems to embody the spirit of music, I guess. And here, this person takes place in the 30s. So the hero here is Jazz Baby. And again, it talks a lot about the times and things that were going on in the country, as well as the how powerful and meaningful music is to people. So really solid issue. I really like this one. Batgirl and the Birds of Prey, number two. Um, it's okay. All right. Uh, Cyborg. Wait, which one is this? Okay, this is the Rebirth issue of Cyborg. It's basically just kind of a background film about who Cyborg is and his origin story and whatnot. Not super great, not super bad, just kind of, it's a good issue to have if you don't know who the character is. So, and I guess there's a little bit of setup of how um, the next plot is going to be, I guess. I don't know. Suicide Squad number two. Uh, Again, it's okay. I like the Jim Lee art. Let's see how long he sticks with the comic. Deathstroke number two. Did I read this? Yes, I did. This is Christopher Priest, and the art is by, let's see who the art is by. The art is, I can't see. Oh, here it is. Oh, wow. It's Christopher Priest. The breakdowns are by Larry Hama, of, and the pencils are by Carlo. I can't read this. Pagulayan, and the inks are by Jason Paz. For people who don't know, Larry Hama is the guy who used to. He's probably most known for doing GI Joe at Marvel, and he's done lots of other stuff for Marvel and DC as well. But yeah, this was a pretty solid kind of espionage, revenge, mercenary type story. Really, really solid issue for me. Now, this is the first issue of Cyborg proper. I haven't read it yet. Paper Girls number nine. I haven't gotten around to reading that, but I've been enjoying the series so far. A lot of people were talking about Black Monday Murders, so here's number one. I haven't read it yet. Number two is already out, so I need to get on board. Midnight of the Soul by Howard Chaykin, number four. Haven't read it yet. And this is Scarlet Witch number 10. Okay. All right. And I haven't read it. And the art is by, or the story is by Joe Robinson. The art is by, what's it say? Zama? Let's see here. Kizama. That is who the art is by. Kizama. All right. Okay. All right. So, okay. I don't know. Did I mention? Um, I was watching TV recently. Well, it's not that I was watching TV recently, but recently I just started paying attention to this one TV commercial for like Weight Watchers, and what it is the commercial's been on for like a long time, and like I said, I just normally don't pay attention to it, but for whatever reason, recently I was paying attention to it, and Funkmaster Celia is in the commercial. I was like, wow, okay. Anyway, here's the comic books I got this week. Stray Bullets number 18. It came out a few weeks ago, but my store only had one copy for some reason, and so he had to get another one for me. So Josie and the Pussycats number one. I actually like this had like a gazillion um, variants, and I like almost every one of them. Where are the variants at? Here they are. I like all these. I almost got the Abbey Road one, but then I ended up getting the one that you see here. Here's Francisco Villa, and there's some more. So okay, I'm kind of looking forward to reading this. Blue Beetle, proper Blue Beetle number one. Deathstroke number three. Um, Wonder Woman number seven. Let's see if it says who did the cover here. Okay, the cover. Okay, is Jenny Frison. Frison. Frizoz. You see that? Oh wait. Okay. I'm sure people have heard by now that Frank Cho will no longer be doing the covers because he and Frank Rucka had a falling out, or not Frank Rucka, Greg Rucka had a falling out. So, Astro City number 39. Phone rang. Okay, so last count was Astro City 39. All right. Captain America, Sam Wilson, Captain America 13, written by Nick Spencer, and the art is Daniel Acuna. Here's the return of John Walker. Well, actually, returned last issue. This issue is actually going to have kind of a conflict between them, but he actually came back last issue. Nighthawk number 5. David Walker, and the artist by Carlos Leo. Recap art by Leonard Kirk and Albert Tov. All right. Okay. I think this story is supposed to wrap up like around issue 6, I think, and then I think it's going to be canceled. So there you go. All right. Karnak. This comic book's been pretty late as well. Karnak number 5, Warren Ellis, and the artist Roland Boshi. I think this came out last week. Punisher number 5, Becky Cloonan and Steve Dillon. And Hellbilly number 3? Yeah, Hellbilly number 3. They didn't have number 2 left anymore, so I did get number 3. Alrighty. Oh, by Eric Powell. Okay, so that's it. I gotta thank everybody for listening, and everybody have a great day.